Once upon a time, in a small village called Sundargram, there lived an old lady named Kamla. She was very old, with silver hair and a face full of gentle wrinkles. But her eyes, they were bright and full of kindness. Everyone in the village loved her, because she was always happy, even when life was hard. She lived alone in a little clay house near the big neem tree. Her husband had passed away many years ago, and she had no children. Yet she never complained. Every morning, she would sit under the tree, talk to people, and always smile. The people of Sundargram worked hard. Some were farmers, some carpenters, and others sold fruits and vegetables in the market. But life was not easy. Sometimes the rains didn't come, the crops dried up, and people fell ill. Many villagers were sad or worried. One day, a young woman named Meera came to Kamla's house. Her eyes were filled with tears, and her face showed deep worry. "I don't know what to do," Meera said, sobbing. "My husband has gone to the city to find work, but he hasn't sent any money. My children are hungry, and I'm scared." The old lady Kamla looked at her gently and said, "Sit down, my child. Tell me, what do you think will happen?" Meera wiped her tears. "I feel like bad things will happen. What if he doesn't find work? What if he forgets about us?" Kamla smiled softly. "When we think bad thoughts, we feel worse. But when we think good thoughts, we feel lighter, and sometimes good things follow." Meera sighed. "But how can I think good thoughts when everything is going wrong?" Kamla smiled again and said, "Let me tell you a story. There was a poor man named Hari who had nothing. No food, no money, no family. He sat beside the river crying. An old woman came to him and asked, "Why are you crying, my son?" The man said, "I have nothing. How can I ever be happy?" The old woman smiled and said, "You have the river, you have the trees, and you have the sun. Look around you. There is beauty and life everywhere. If you only think about what you don't have, you will always be sad. But if you think about what you do have, you will find peace." The man listened. Slowly, he stopped crying. He looked around and saw the beauty he had never noticed before. From that day, his heart began to change, and so did his life. Kamla looked at Meera and said, "You see, my dear, the man's life didn't change because of magic. It changed because he changed his thinking. When we think positive, our hearts grow lighter and we find strength to face our troubles." Meera thought deeply. "Will my thinking really change my life?" "Yes," Kamla said with a kind smile. "If you wake up every morning and tell yourself, 'Today will be a good day,' you will find strength to work, to care for your children, and to wait for your husband with hope. But if you only think of what might go wrong, sadness will make you weak." Meera nodded slowly. "I understand. I will try to think good thoughts from now on." "That's the first step, my child," Kamla said warmly. That day, Meera remembered Kamla's words. Every morning she said to herself, "Today will be a good day." She worked hard, took care of her children, and prayed with hope. A few weeks later, Meera received a letter from her husband. He had found work in the city and was sending money home. Overjoyed, Meera ran to Kamla's house to share the news. Kamla smiled softly and said, "You see, my dear, when we think positive, we invite good things into our life. Problems will always come, but with a hopeful heart, we can overcome them." Soon, more villagers began to visit Kamla. They came with their worries, and she gave them the same advice. Think good thoughts, and good will come. And so the people of Sundargram learned the power of positive thinking, a gift from the old lady with silver hair and a heart full of wisdom.